Hey Pisces, what's up? Welcome to my channel. My name is Katie, and today we're going to be doing a money focused and finance focus and career focus reading for Pisces. Okay, so this is good for Pisces Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. It's going to be talking about opportunities at work, coworkers, your income, your expenses, all of that kind of stuff. So if you want to know what to expect for this upcoming week, stay till the end. And remember that I'm offering also personalized readings, so check out the options in the description box below if that resonates with you. I would love to get to know you. I would love to connect with you in that way as well. So, Pisces, let's see what is up with your money in this upcoming week. Join me and we'll see the cards. Pisces, let's begin with an affirmation. If you feel like claiming the affirmation, if you like it, you can go ahead and comment this affirmation in the comment section below, make it your own, and let the universe know that you're up for that, or that you're resonating. So what is the ideal affirmation that Pisces needs to hear for this upcoming week in regards to money, career, and finances? We have, instead of taking on the fear of others, I reflect love. That is beautiful. Money and financial fears are unfortunately very common. We may experience them ourselves. We may see our loved ones experience fear about, not having enough money, or having money but not knowing what to do or how to handle it properly, or there just seems to be a lot of fear that can be easily surfacing around money. You choose, instead of taking on the fear of others, this card is saying that you choose to reflect a reality in which money can be an ally, an energy that supports our life, an energy that supports our life purpose. So comment below, instead of taking on the fear of others, I reflect love. Beautiful affirmation. I think it's perfect for this reading. I think it's a wonderful match to the subject at hand. All right, now let's see the forecast for the week ahead. This is for Pisces Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. All right, first card that we have here is a very neutral card. I would say it really does depend on how you see this energy and how you want to implement it. The advice here is to take good care of the resources that you have. Independently of whether there's going to be more money coming in or not, independently of anything and how it may be either good or bad this week, whatever it is that you already have, take care of it and stretch it, okay? Take care of your energy, your vitality. Take care of your mental health. Take care of the money that you do have, the credit that you do have, the opportunities that you do have, the property that you have, the objects that you have. It's like, take good care of everything that you already have. And try to be balanced in your approaches. It's not about going to one extreme or the other. It's not about not spending a dime, and it's not about spending it all. It's about finding a way that is sustainable and healthy to deal with the money that is already coming in, or to deal with the money that you already have saved. Be careful with your resources. Be mindful about them. It doesn't have to come from a space of fear. It simply has to come from a space of appreciation, right? It's like, let's say that you have someone and they're a loved one and you want them to, let's say that you give them 20 bucks. They spend it mindlessly on like bubblegum and Gatorade at the store. That may feel for you a little bit like, well, that's kind of lame. Or if they were to invest it and multiply it and make it grow, or if they would get something that's 20 bucks worth that will change their lives for the better, you would, as a person who gave those 20 bucks, probably feel more aligned, more happy, more proud, more, I don't know, fulfilled. So think about it this way. What if the universe gives you money and you just like blow it out on whatever. It's like, in a way, it's like you're saying that you don't value it. Whereas if you get that money and you really think about how you're going to spend it or invest it, save it, like what do you want to do with it? It's like you're almost appreciating the gift that has been given to you. And that creates an energy or a desire or like almost like a willingness, I feel, from the universe to give you more. Like, I would like to give more to those who appreciate what I give. I don't want to give, my hard-earned money to someone who's unappreciative, obviously. So this does matter, Pisces. Energetically speaking, it does matter. So we have the Queen of Pentacles here in the challenge position. Now, the challenge for this week, this is a very positive card. But some of you may be having a challenge or a difficulty that is coming from a person who's an earth sign. So this could be a Capricorn, a Virgo, or a Taurus. This could be someone in the present moment this week creating some kind of issue, or this could be a wound or a fear that stemmed from something that happened in the past with an earth sign, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus, okay? The challenge here is to overcome whatever it is that this person brings your way. This person may be bringing in bad advice. This person may be bringing in guilt trips. This person may be bringing in trauma. I don't know what it is. And again, it doesn't have to be coming in this week. This may have already happened ages ago, okay? But it's like, it is affecting your money right now. It is affecting how you see money, how you deal with money, and how you perceive value in a way. So that's going to be what needs to be worked on this week. Okay, very interesting cards, very similar cards to the ones that appeared for the weekly reading. So if this reading is resonating with you or you would like to expand it a little bit, you can go to the channel and find the reading for the week, the one that is not necessarily focused on money, because the cards are kind of similar, so the message must be aligned. Now, recently, or in the past, Pisces, I feel like you were capable of saying, I want that, and then I make it happen. You would zoom your focus into whatever it is that you wanted to manifest, whether it was to sell something, to get new clients, to create a product, to whatever. In the past, it's like you traced a goal and you would go for it and you would get it. And it would be a little obsessive. Maybe you would try to get it as quickly as humanly possible. It may not have been the most balanced approach, but it would help you get there. I feel like in the present moment, it's almost like you're trying to do things in such a stable way, a sustainable way, that maybe they don't get completed because you get distracted somewhere in between. Some of you, take it if it resonates. This may be very, very specific for one or two of you. I feel this vibe of being like, I need to make this happen as quickly as possible because I know that if I don't do it today, or if I don't do it tomorrow, or if I don't do it this week, I'm going to completely lose track and forget that this is something I want, get bored, and go on to something else. And it's like almost this desire of like creating something overnight, like not sleeping or resting until it's complete, just to make sure that you're not going to leave it like halfway done. I don't know. Let me know if that resonates at all. Some of you may have ADHD. Some of you may get very excited at the beginning of things and then kind of like lose momentum. This week, I feel like financially you start off very strong. And you start to sort of drift. Maybe there is some kind of like emotional something going on. Maybe you are healing something that has to do with the earth sign. And as the week progresses, I see your mood shifting, changing, your priorities shifting and changing. I see you wanting to rest. I see you kind of tired by the end of the week. It's funny how if you see the three eyes on the cats, right? So these 3 cards represent the week ahead, okay? So the beginning of the week, the middle of the week, the end of the week. For some reason, the eyes, I don't know if you can see them there, they're the same shape. And they look a little bit like unimpressed, focused, but almost like annoyed a little bit. It's interesting. I find it interesting. So this may be a week in which you're like going through the motions, trying to do what you have to do, not feeling particularly excited about anything, not feeling particularly dreadful, just meh, you know? It could be feeling a little bit like that at work or in regards to spending or making money. By the weekend, you may feel like you don't want to spend, like you want to actually stay at home, avoid maybe going out, spending money. You may be wanting to like stay at home and study something or watch some kind of documentary or learn something that has to do with money or with your career. You may feel inclined to like go hermit and just, you know, spend time with whatever matters to you. Could be like a project or a course or something. Now, you have the 9 of Cups. I love to see this. This actually makes me feel like this is going to be a better week than before I saw this card. Because this card is very giddy. And that's, I feel, exactly what you needed as far as your mood. This card lets me know that you're very proud this week of what you accomplish. Okay, so it's going to be important for you to evaluate and review your past success, your current success, and your future success. The things that you want to manifest. Some of you are going to be celebrating. Some of you are almost like a little apathetic during the week, but then you decide, because you watch this reading, that you're going to do like a I'm proud of myself list every day or something about your achievements in regards to money. And you start doing that and you realize, hey, I'm a freaking badass and I can do anything. The 9 of Cups representing you is a card of feeling proud of yourself. Celebrating, feeling like you have a lot to celebrate. And that also expands the presence of good things in your life. If you are able to look around and be grateful for what you have, the prayers that have been answered by the divine, you are giving them attention, right? And by giving them attention, you're magnifying that focus. You're magnifying that frequency. By magnifying that frequency, you're attracting more of that frequency, okay? So it's like instead of entertaining the apatheticness and the mehness, instead try to focus on everything that you're proud of yourself for. In your entire career, even before your career, whatever it is that you feel is a good quality that you have that can be an asset to you, make sure that this week you're aware of it and you give thanks for it. In the environment, there's the King of Swords. This could be a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius person. This could be someone who's very logical, very intellectual. This is someone who's around you, who see things very much like facts and numbers and statistics. This person is very intelligent, okay? Especially in everything related to, again, the mind. So this may not be the most emotionally intelligent person, but it's definitely someone who's very smart, okay? Now, I see this little dog here, and he looks nervous. So you may be, this weekend, feeling very proud of yourself about something that you have built, made, created, right? And there could be some kind of judge, okay? There could be someone that you're showing this to. It could be a family member. It could be a teacher, right? It could be a coach, a mentor, a boss. And this person seems to make others nervous. They don't seem to be making you nervous, but it's like you really value what they have to say. And they're going to be evaluating something that you have created, posted, designed, or something like that. Consider that in your environment, most people this week are going to be very mind-based. So maybe don't come at them with the most spiritual of conversations, because it seems like around you, almost everybody is going to be tuned in to like intellectual, logical, scientific points of view. So it may not be the best week to like bring in the most woo-woo of your things to them. All right, so I see here the 9 of Swords, your hopes and fears. Why is this in your hopes and fears? Can I get a clarifier, Spirit, please? Okay. All right, so you have a desire to stick to something you have already created, but you also have a fear about it. It may give you anxiety. Like, what if it doesn't work? What if I follow my passion and it doesn't work? What if I start a YouTube channel? What if I start singing? What if I start something that for me is very important? It doesn't make sense for other people. What if it doesn't work out? You may be considering changing paths. The universe may be bringing you new opportunities and new ways of doing things. But you may feel stuck because of the fear. Maybe you feel... take it if it resonates, that you have already accomplished certain things in this industry, therefore you don't want to change into a new one. Could be the case for some of you. And it seems like you're stuck here thinking, what is it that you really want to do? It seems like you're going to be learning something from scratch, something that maybe you already know, maybe something that you don't know anything about, but you're going to be studying, okay? You're going to be studying and learning about money and finances. And how to deal with money so that whatever you choose to do, you're better equipped for it. And this could be a piece of advice that maybe someone here is giving you, or something that they're thinking that you're kind of like psychically picking up on, okay? All right, universe, give us please the 3 best pieces of advice that are the most aligned with Pisces situation this week around money and finances. What is the best advice you can give Pisces for money? Okay, so this is exactly the same card that showed up for the weekly reading. So that is just the universe saying, basically, I meant what I said. I stick by it. Organize for success, Pisces, okay? Do not let the word organize intimidate you, as it is simply a way for you to ensure clarity of purpose. Organizing your thoughts, your reports, your living and workspace, and your finances will help you know and plan your next action steps, okay? So get yourself organized, make sure that everything is how it needs to be, make sure that if there are things that are incomplete, if there are things that are coming up, deadlines, milestones, things that are, happening, make sure that you are aware of them. Even if you don't necessarily know how you're going to pay for that, maybe that debt or that pending bill or whatever, be aware of how much money is owed where, be aware of how much money do you have, how much you need for whatever. Be clear on your numbers, Pisces, okay? Organize for success, and that will make everything easier for you. Second advice here is God is your source. Everything you need is supplied by the infinite source of God, and your faith opens a doorway to receive. In God, there is no lack or limitation. Rather, there is plenty of abundance for all to share. So this goes very hand in hand with this, okay? The affirmation we had at the beginning, instead of taking on the fear of others, I reflect love. Instead of believing that if the economy is shitty, that automatically means that you are going to fail. Instead of believing that, believe that there is a deeper connection between you and God, and that God is your provider. Not the economy, not the government, not the industry, not the social media platform. God is your source. Okay, so align with the certainty that if God wants you to have something, you're going to have it. Okay, none of those seemingly important obstacles need to be defining factors that block your abundance. It doesn't have to be that way. Yes, it could be that they affect your money, but if at the end of the day God is your source, then none of that is going to stand in the way. It's like COVID. Many people just assumed that on the pandemic, everyone was going to start struggling financially. It wasn't the case for everyone. Some people actually started thriving in the pandemic. And, it affected many markets and many industries in different ways. But at the end of the day, it's like, it doesn't necessarily have to be an obstacle. Then we have no more complaining. Complaints are affirmations of victimhood, which is never true spiritually. Take back your God-given power by affirming that you have an abundance of choices and freedom. With your increased confidence and assertiveness, watch these positive affirmations blossom into reality. Pisces, if you haven't already, comment this affirmation in the comment section below, please. Claim it. Make it your own. Instead of taking on the fear of others, I reflect love. Reflect to others that God can be your source. Be that source of evidence that it doesn't necessarily have to be a certain way, that possibilities are endless. Try to be like a physical representation of how beautiful money can be. Try to break that mold, and instead of taking on others' fears, make sure to offer a different perspective for those who are willing to leave the fear behind. All right, Pisces, so this is what I got for you for this upcoming week in money and finances. Get yourself organized. Remember that God is your source and that you are unstoppable, basically. All right? I love you so much, Pisces. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.